Hi, welcome to Bull and Bear. I'm your host Nick the Quick. Today I'm gonna make you more richer, and I truly mean it. We are gonna talk about one special mutual fund, and yes, Ma Lakshmi goddess is with us. That will make us more richer. We are gonna talk about Quant Small Cap Fund. But before we start our video, please remember about happy investing, which means all the money you make, all the profits you make, please try to put that money or some part of that money or donate some little part of it for some good cause so that we can make this world a better place to live for everyone. Let's start our video. So what is small cap fund? Small cap fund is the fund where the fund managers invest your money in small companies where the market cap is. Why we are talking about this specific mutual fund? Because this is one of the best, or I would say the best small cap fund. We are gonna talk about Quant Small Cap Fund because it is the best small cap fund in Indian market with the highest returns. Let's look at it. So if you see this picture, you can see the record from the beginning of this particular mutual fund, and in the beginning it was not performing very good, and there were multiple reasons for it. The Indian economy was not performing well, or it was in a bit more of a consistent stagnant stage. Also, those were the years when COVID was there and the businesses were not growing. But then if you see in the last 1 year, it has started to grow and it is going tremendously. Let's have a look at bit more closer period, and in this picture you can see we are looking at last 5 years, and here also if you see last 2 years specifically have started to show some growth, and less specifically last 1 year is the tremendous growth. Let's look more closer, and I have shown 3 years comparison here, and you can see now this is clearly visible that it is growing and it is going to grow further and it is giving very good returns. If we see 1 year, you will be very happy to see, and if you hold one of these small cap funds, you can see the growth is amazing. Please write us in the comment section if you hold Quant Small Cap Fund or any other, and how is your growth happened in the past, and what is your view about this particular mutual fund or this category of mutual fund which is small cap. But last 1 year is really great, and you can see it is growing tremendously and it will grow further because small cap companies in India, in Bharat, are going to grow and perform even better. Now, when we look at any fund, any mutual fund, there is a concept in which the fund manager makes a corpus, and from that corpus they invest that money in some companies or in the equity of those companies, and that is what decides whether your mutual fund is growing or not. So it is important to see where these fund managers are investing that money, and what I mean is the kind of companies and the companies where this money is invested. Let's look at some of the holdings. Let's look at some of the companies where this money is invested. And the number one company is Reliance Industries. The good thing is almost 10% of the money from this particular corpus is invested in Reliance, and Reliance is doing very good, and that is one of the reasons for the growth of this mutual fund. Not only that, let's look at some other companies: IRB, Geo, Adani, Hindustan Copper, Arvind Limited, HFCL Limited. They all are doing very well in the stock market. The companies are performing very well, and look at the percentage, and that is why I have clearly highlighted the amount of money invested in these companies is significant, and that is what is determining the price of your mutual fund. Usually people say that mutual funds are consistently giving returns. But have you ever thought why people say that, or does it really mean if the money invested in companies which are not performing, your mutual fund will not grow? The mutual fund will grow only when the companies in which the money is invested will grow. Their stock price will go, their market capitalization will grow or increase. Likewise, then only your mutual fund price will go up. So let's continue. Let's see the sectors where the money is invested. And one good thing with this particular mutual fund is the majority of the money is invested in sectors which are gonna grow further, because that is very important. One is the companies where your money is invested, the other is the sectors, and then another aspect is also the fund manager. We will come to it, but for short, the company names and the sectors in which they operate. So Bharat is at a stage where certain sectors are growing significantly. Defense, railways, which is part of transport sector, energy. So these are the areas in Bharat which are gonna grow further, and the companies who are in it and the companies which are good in it will grow even better or more. So now look at the sectors, and as I said, energy is one of the sectors where the money is invested in this mutual fund and it is growing. Other is financial. The financial services, the financial institutions are growing, and that is one of the reasons also the money is growing in this particular mutual fund. Now let's look at some of the ratios, and one of the ratios I specifically want to mention is the alpha ratio. So what is alpha means? It is like a benchmark. So how other stocks are performing and how this particular mutual fund is performing, there is a difference on which it is calculated, and the higher the alpha, the better it is. So the alpha for this is around 11, which is very good as compared to the industry or the category average. So this is good. And the other important thing is where the majority of money, you can see the top 5 and top 20. So in top 20, almost more than 50% of the money is invested in that, and if those 20 companies perform, the value of this mutual fund will grow even further. Now let's do a comparison how it is doing in comparison to the category average, because there are more mutual funds in small cap. So you must be wondering why you should invest in this and why not any other. It could be SBI, it could be HDFC, it could be HSBC, it could be Invesco or any other small cap fund. But why only Quant? Why you should invest in Quant is because you see the return in Quant as compared to others, as compared to the category which is small cap, is very high. 70% is really an amazing return. I don't think you can expect this kind of returns by putting your money into a safe investment. Now again, always remember, investing in any financial institutions, any financial transactions, including mutual fund, stock, equity, is risky, and you have to do your own due diligence and homework before you invest. We are just providing you the information. We have done some analysis. Based on our analysis, we are giving you some input, but you have to take your own decision. And in this particular episode, we recommend you to go and invest your money in Quant Small Cap Mutual Fund. Now let's do some comparisons. As I said, I have done a comparison here with Invesco and Franklin, which are another two small cap funds along with Quant, and you can see they were performing almost same. But in the last few months, actually Quant has done better, because again the companies where the money is invested, they are doing very well. I have looked at the companies where Invesco and Franklin is investing, and there are different sets of companies. So both are performing good. Possibly Reliance and IRP and some of the companies which are in Quant corpus are performing even better. So that is why the return here is much higher as compared to some other top performers. But again, you can do this comparison, and based on all the comparisons, Quant as of today is performing the best. And let's look at some more comparisons I have done with some other like Nippon, Bank of India, Axis Bank, Kotak small cap. So they are all small cap. The only difference is the companies where they have invested the money are different. Some companies could be same, some companies could be different, and based on those investment, those companies, the return on mutual fund could be different. But in companies where Quant has invested, they are doing really well and the return is really good. Now one other important aspect is the fund manager. Who is the fund manager who is managing this money and where that fund manager is investing that money. A single bad move can spoil the whole investment. Imagine if a company where who goes bankrupt, and if a fund manager has selected that company, your money would have gone down. But investing in the right kind of company is the intelligence of the fund manager, and in this case we can see Sanjeev Sharma, Vasav and Ankit Pandey have very good experience. Most of the investments they have done in the companies are doing very good, and I think that is because of their intelligence and experience. They are able to turn around and they are able to give higher returns. Before we finish our episode, the other two important things I always mention is the expense ratio, which is the amount of money the fund managers spend on their daily, let's say miscellaneous expenses, and the other is the exit load. So the expense ratio for this is 0.70, which is quite reasonable. It is not much. It is as per the I would say other mutual funds, it is more or less same. And the exit load for this is 1% if you withdraw or redeem within 1 year. After 1 year, there is no exit load. So remember, I have also mentioned in my other videos which are for large and mid cap, sometimes the exit load is not there, or it is just 1 month or maximum 3 months. But 1 year commitment is needed if you are doing an SIP and if you're putting your money in the Quant Small Cap. So again, thank you for watching this video. I wish you good luck, happiness and prosperity, and I'm sure by doing happy investing, you will bring more good luck and prosperity to your money, to your wealth and to your life. Thank you so much for watching Bull and Bear. We'll come back to you with our next episode. Looking forward to meet you all. Thank you.